Probably want to use SASS the right way. And the most modern way of using it is using use and forward, not import. At first, this was confusing to me. I did not know how it worked. But after reflecting on it a little bit, I've made this diagram to help you as well understand how it all works, how all these files relate to one another, and what's the point of them. So we have this at use and at forward. So at use, as you might expect, allows you to use another file, and at forward does so as well, just in a different way. So let me explain. So first over here, let me zoom out a little bit. So you're going to have these things called partials in SASS. So partials are files, and they have, let me zoom in, an underscore here, and then the name of the file, underscore name of the file. And I'll show you too in VS Code what they look like. So here's a partial, here's a partial, here's a partial. Okay, and then on the other hand, we have the this file. It could be called something else, but I just called it main.scss. And what it does is it takes all these other files, gathers them all together, and then spits it out onto the web. Okay. So to help explain how this works, I've kind of divided things up. So I would say that at forward, um, this tool is used to take files that are meant for a certain purpose to gather them together so that they can be used on other files. So the two kind of files I have in mind are we have files on the left side, which are sort of like a tool set, like you got a hammer, you have a screwdriver. So we have like typography. So these are like design sets, right? So you have like stuff for typography, stuff for colors, stuff for utilities, custom properties, and variables over here. These so these are just the tools. Like they aren't doing anything yet to your website, right? So they're just over here, but you want to use them on these pages, right? Otherwise you wouldn't have made them. But the problem is if you want to use these without forward on your web pages, you have to use this very awkward syntax. So you'd have to put at use name of this file. So let's say typography. Um, and then every time you wanted to use a variable or whatever you put in here, you'd have to use like a little identifier for this file, then dot, and then the name of the variable, which can get confusing if you have multiple different files. You have to remember which variable to which file it belongs. So to this one, or to this one, or to this one. And yeah, it would just be a huge pain. Enter forward. So what you do is you take these files and you create this other file which has a special name. I think it's hiding here. Okay, no, it's not. It is this here, underscore index.scss. And I'm pretty sure you have to have it like that. So you have this file, and then all you do is you just put at forward. Let me show you here. So I have the page here. So you do at forward, quotation marks, and then the name of the partial. So B fonts, and you don't have to do the underscore. The underscore is just to indicate to SASS that it's a partial. But when you're referring to it, you can just lose the underscore. So B fonts, reset, colors. So it gathers all of these design sets and puts them into like a kind of toolbox, right? And then where would you use it? You would use it on the like the front facing files, or like I say actual web design files for lack of a better word. And then to use this, you just do at use and then index.scss. So like for example, here I'm working on a header at the moment, and I have at use index.scss, and you still have this, like you still have to, because of namespacing, whatever that means, you have to have this little thing to refer to this. So when you use a variable that could be in any of these little things in your toolboxes, you just have to put I here, but I could be using utilities, I could be using colors, I could be using fonts. So you have to remember each different namespace. You just put I and then variable from whatever, right? So it makes your life a lot easier. And then once you're done with all those pages and everything, you have another file, which I referred to at the beginning, and I called it main.scss. And it gathers everything and then it spits out to the web. And it's really simple. So let me just open it here. So we just have two things, at use, and there's going to be more files for these. So these are the files that are related to like actual web design files. So headers, footers, um, blogs, pages, that kind of stuff. And then the index, right? Because the index just has all these other files that it like basically puts into here. So this job really is just to like collect all these files and then spit them out somewhere. So it collected all these files, spit it out here. And at the end of the day, I want to take all these, spit them out here, and take all these, spit them out here, and that's everything, right?